know I don't have my usual setup full of collectibles that you all are jealous of. I'm on the road right now, but I did not want that to stop me from reviewing this film for you all. Tashi, a tennis player turned coach, has transformed her husband from a mediocre player into a world-famous Grand Slam champion. To jolt him out of his recent losing streak, she makes him play a challenger event close to the lowest level of tournament on the Pro Tour. Tensions soon run high when he finds himself standing across the net from the once promising, now burnt out Patrick, his former best friend and Tashi's former boyfriend. And I loved it. There's that. But why did I love it? There will be no spoilers here. The thing that stayed with me most after viewing this film was everything. But what about everything? Luca directs this like a literal dream. So the movie has 3 leads and somehow you feel like you're the 4th. He tells this story in a way, how he frames his shots, where he places the camera. There's several eye level shots where you can see the character's whole body, or like half of their body, most of their body, but how he's placing it, it feels like you're looking at somebody in real life. So if Tashi is talking to her husband, it's like she's talking to you. And then there's a lot of other shots in this movie where the camera is extremely close to the character. Like you are pushed all the way in, and they appear larger than life, which just helps engulf you into what is happening in the story. So let's talk characters. Zendaya gets to play a grown woman here. Most of her characters that she has played in the past have been high school students, and she recently said that she's never been to high school. So I'm really proud of her, and I'm glad that she gets to play something that's more authentic to the person she is and the age she is. That being said, this movie is R-rated. This is a very sensual movie. This is an intimate movie. The tennis matches are intimate. The relationship between the players when they're going at each other, the friendships, also in your more traditional relationships, the conversations that I have, the way the camera is placed, how the people and the objects in the frames are placed, it all feels connected and has a very sensual energy to it all without having to be physically sensual. Mike Feist and John O'Connor do a really good job of convincing you that these guys used to be 2 of the best friends ever. And again, this movie is told out of order, so you get to see things in the past and how things got to certain places. And usually telling a story out of order like this doesn't really work well. It's hit or miss. It's all about the amount that you tell it out of order. I think this movie does a really great job of having things happen chronologically and then going back to fill in those gaps or flashing back to the past. It works really well here, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat. The screen time is split really well between all 3 characters, that I really find it hard to say this movie is definitively about one of those 3 more than it is the other 2. I already praised how well this film looks, but something that they also do really well here is that you never know who to root for in any situation, whether that's the tennis match, the friendships, the relationships. It was so hard for me to pick, or at least stay with one of the 3 characters morally. Anytime you think you can trust somebody, an action occurs, a flashback happens, something is revealed that makes you say, I don't know. I could go on and on about this movie, but then I'll start getting into spoilers. But I do want to talk about one thing. No spoilers still, extremely very vague right here. There's a callback in this movie, and I will not say what it is when it happens, but when it happens, it's one of the best callbacks I have seen in like the last 3 to 5 years in a movie theater. Now, I saw this at a very early press screening, so I'm in there with other journalists, other representatives, other critics. And when you're in environments like that, you don't always get the same crowd interaction and reaction that you get seeing a movie like opening day or with the general audience. But this callback had the entire theater erupt in some type of noise. It was amazing. Wow. God, I can't wait to see that part again, and I can't wait for you guys to experience it too. So I actually just got out of my second viewing of Challengers. This time it was opening night. My first time was about a month ago at a press screening, and I loved the movie just as much the second time around. I also picked up on some things that I didn't catch the first time, so that was really cool. And I will say, I think I got more crowd participation and audience interaction from the press screening versus opening night. But wow, man. And there were some things in my initial review that I didn't touch on, or I forgot to touch on. Like, as you can see, I was in a hotel. There was a lot of things going on. So I didn't really get to talk about everything I wanted to talk about. But I mean, all that means is that you get to really, really experience it fresh for the first time. So, and I will go into more detail here, but I'm also recovering from a mouth injury and it hurts to talk. So all that just to say, I really enjoy this movie. Now back to the other me. If you want to see a movie about tennis, something that you may have never cared about before, but you're hoping you care about once the movie ends, if you want to see a movie that has a messy love triangle plot to it, if you want to see something that is oozing character motivations, nuance, pulsating with sexuality, then go see Challengers. This easily gets 10 out of 10 nicks for me. This was a very pleasant experience in the theater that I've had in quite some time. So Challengers, were you able to see it early? Do you plan on seeing it? Let me know in the comments. And of course, please like, share, and subscribe. I also did see Dune 2. I haven't had a chance to review it, but I have seen it. It's my favorite movie of the year so far. It's my favorite movie of the last maybe 3 years, and it might be my favorite movie of all time. It's been out for a very long time, so if I do make a review about this, it might be like an all-out video essay, like a 20-30 minute video of everything that I loved about the movie. So I mean, it'll be a spoiler talk expanded, but because of how much work that takes, I don't know, we'll see. But just know, Dune 2 is my favorite movie, and it may be my favorite movie of all time. Anyways, thanks for watching. Gentlemanly Warfare. It's a very long name. Ungentlemanly Warfare. I think that's, Ungentlemanly, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Yes. So you can expect some reviews.